fatal heart impacts, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet out. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, whenever we last left off with this series, we had Deku. And well, in the last part, Ryoko the Dragon Hero, she came to speak to Deku. She wanted to see exactly what type of man her friend is getting involved with. She's heard many things about this guy. And one thing that she saw as a red flag was him being far more intense than Mirako. Along with that, he just seems sort of strange to her. Now, after meeting with Deku and trying to talk with him, she found that Mirako, she was very correct. This man's very fast-paced, he's very intense, and from what she can tell, he's a realist. Now, she didn't really have a lot to go off of, but basically their conversation consisted of Deku reassuring her that he's not just trying to go after Mirako for a simple, hookup, since he's basically at least told Mirako that that's what his dad did, and that's why he's here today how he is. Now, with that, Ryoko should go to leave. Now, we'd actually had where a few guys were standing outside the building, and they were waiting for a chance to try and get inside. They've kind of looked around this place. They know about it. It used to be an old warehouse. However, it quickly got changed. One day, there was a whole lot of construction around this area. And from what they can at least tell, or at least have information from their boss, or at least the person who hired them, this place has been turned into a fortress even All Might would have trouble breaking into. Now, that's at least what they have been informed of. However, they had a lucky break today, since a woman went walking up to the front door earlier, pulled out a card, and just swiped it down. Her being able to just walk right inside. Now, this actually did catch their attention. And there actually was one of that woman did go to leave. And they quickly ambushed her and took her out. However, they were also very concerned about the other people inside. They noticed the Dragon Hero went inside that building. So, that's not correct. From at least one of their quirks, they can tell that there's two people left in the building. They already scanned it and listened for whatever they could. Now, with that being said, we did actually have where Ryoko should go to leave. And Deku did just go back to work. Him just going to try to think about everything. As he's looking around the shop and examining the area where he's been modifying this backpack. I'm actually going to pull down a tool and go to bring it up to the backpack, trying to adjust a few things in the motor. That's annoying. Her friend, Ryoko, I think that's her name. It's her hero name, maybe. She doesn't put trust in her friend. Her friend, Mirako Rumi, is an airhead. However, that's not just it. Why am I fascinated by her? It's simple. Strong, jumps into action. There's many things here I do like. Along with that, she's not afraid to speak her mind. Me and her at least have that in common. Do I actually find interest by her, or is she just captivating to my eye? I have to be clear about this. Now, Deku, he does go to turn his head after hearing something. Now, Deku's kind of confused. However, he does just go to reach down into his pocket, find that that was his phone. I'm going to pull out the phone as he's going to take off his headphones. As he does look down at his phone, his eyes do somewhat widen, as he does see three men standing there with Momoya Yorozu, who she's currently unconscious. Now, one of the men there holding up a gun, talking about how if Deku doesn't open this door, they'll shoot this woman. Shit. Now, the intercom is actually going to turn on, as you can hear the loud sounds of it trying to basically get Deku's voice through. Excuse me, gentlemen, who might you be? Don't try and play that act. You know why we're here. My blueprints, I assume. Yeah, those would be it. I see. And exactly who do you think that woman is to me? Her? Well, she's got to be important. She walked into this building without even trying. I see. These guys are clearly idiots. They don't know who that is. They're trying to get me to fess up. They think I'll crack under pressure. If they knew that that was Miss Yorozu, they could ransom her for $1 billion if they wanted to. Probably even 5 or 10. These guys don't even know how much money they have in their hands. I see. Well, that woman is nobody. She is somebody from the company. Mr. Yorozu's assistant. He wanted to know exactly how I was doing on my projects. Really? Is that it? Yes, that is all. Now, we actually have Deku who's actually walking around the entire lab, as he's actually going to walk around and going to grab something off of a desk, as he does just try to think. Okay, this is a project that I'm going to say someone's name, talking about how they made it in their free time, and that he's heard this is supposed to be a self-defense tool. Okay, we got this. Now, Deku just continue to walk around the lab, as he's trying to plan everything out while keeping these guys preoccupied on the phone. Now, eventually the guys, after trying to get Deku to open the door and him kind of just leading it on, you do have where they do go to actually swipe this black card. And yeah, as soon as the doors do start to open, they just get to toss Momo to the side. As we actually have Deku, who in this amount of time has been stalling them, he's activated a few things around the lab. Now, he's also at least given 3 phone calls out. This being where he's called the police, the Hero Association, and he's called Mirako. As whenever Ryoko did go to pick up the phone, hello, I'm kind of busy right now. Now's not the time. Call your friend Ryoko. People here, warehouse, danger, gun. Wait, slow down. Danger, gun, warehouse. Your friend was here about 15 minutes ago. Get her here now. Now, Deku just hang up the phone, as Mirako just gonna actually pull her phone away from her ear and try to think. Gun, warehouse, danger. His lab. Fuck. Her going to quickly call Ryoko, as we do have inside the warehouse. Now, they've already stormed into the place. They've been informed of the failures of the previous 2 men. So they've been hired with their quirks to take this guy on. Now, we actually do have Deku, who, whenever they do go walking into the lab, they do look around the area. This place is huge, and it's not just a giant open area. There's been, well, floors to this place built. It's like an entire office building inside one place. The giant open area out in the middle, it's there. But then there's, against the walls, there's actual levels. It's just insane. That doesn't make sense. Now, this entire area is basically an open floor concept. And there actually is where they do see a whole lot of machines just either lying around or sitting there. As we actually do have where Deku, he does make his presence known. Hello, gentlemen. Now, they're all very confused, as a drone does come flying directly right by them, and floating up in the air. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. Let's see. Physical mutations none available. No information to go off based off of your quirks. Now, our man actually is going to turn and going to throw his hand out, as it does elongate and quickly smash right into the drone. As Deku does actually think to himself that he's at least verified one of their quirks, and it's a lot like the other guy's quirk. So, this guy and that guy must be somehow related. Interesting. Now, we do actually have where Deku, he does actually go to pop out from somewhere. And they do see him. As he is staying there, they do go to actually try and attack him. One guy actually went to at least hold up his hand and fire the gun. As the man's bullet is fly through the air and he smashed right into Deku's chest. As it goes straight through and punches into a wall behind him. Now, they're all very confused, as this Deku is going to start walking forwards, and it doesn't really do anything. The guy is just trying to unload bullets right into Deku's chest, as Deku does just stand there. Now, the guy is very surprised, as eventually the hologram does fizz out, and a popping sound can be heard. I see, so that was really just a prototype. And here I had better ideas for it. Where the hell are you? Gentlemen, you've just walked into my home. And you should be aware. 5,298. That is the amount of things within this warehouse I could easily use to take you all down. Along with that, well, heroes are on their way. And the one who left here earlier is back here as well. Now, some people, they don't actually believe Deku, as a loud thumping sound can be heard. And Deku, he actually has come walking out from behind something. And they do see him, as he's wearing an entire suit of something. And the guy just stares at Deku, as he's just trying to think, what the hell? That can't be. Well, gentlemen, Deku is actually going to walk forwards. It does appear that this is a bit of a problem, isn't it? Now, the guy with the, let's just say, clay quirk is actually going to try and throw his hand out towards Deku, as a large hand does form, and Deku going to try and grab onto the entire machine or suit Deku's in. Now, the one actually is going to grab on, Deku does create a force field, as the clay does get sent flying all around the warehouse, and the guy does pull his arm backwards, recoiling out in pain. As Deku does going to do one thing. He does going to bring up one hand of the suit, and Deku going to fire it, as an actual force field or bubble does actually pop around this guy, and it does directly send him flying backwards and sticking into a wall. Now, the other men do actually quickly spring into action. The guy with the gun, he actually does try and fire a bullet right into Deku's hand, or right into whatever the hell just charged it up. As he's going to fire the bullet, Deku is going to actually try and bring his hands up. He has very sensitive projects behind him. If a single bullet gets past him, it could be devastating. It could set his research back by literal months, even for him. Now, Deku does actually go to bring his hands up and block the bullets, as it can be heard, the ping of metal off of metal can be heard. And we actually have where Deku, he does go to look towards the other men. There's a guy currently rushing towards him, and Deku, he can't tell this man's quirk. He's very large. So, let's see. The suit's combat capabilities, and capture attack, it does excel. However, this is more or less a test better than ever. Now, the man does some smash right into Deku, as Deku does try to hold the man backwards and stay in place. Him actually having the pieces on his feet try and spike into the ground to try and stay still. Now, as the man did rush Deku, Deku did notice a few things. as the things keeping in place on the ground did immediately get popped up as if they were nothing. And the man basically did actually pick up Deku and start charging through the wall with him. Now, as that actually did happen, the man just kept carrying Deku. As Deku can tell this guy's got some sort of strength quirk. Now, the man with the gun does quickly start to rush in, trying to look through the lab and try and find whatever he can. As we actually were, let's just say 10 minutes earlier, Ryoko, or the dragon hero, did actually go to pick up the phone. Hello? You need to head back there now. Rumi, what happened? Head back there now. What are you talking about? The guy's in danger. People are trying to invade his lab. But that place is a fortress. They have a hostage. Hostage? The black-haired girl. What? Rumi, I'm gotta go. Her hanging up the phone and going to turn around. Her turning into her dragon form very quickly. Now, we actually have Deku, who he's just trying to think. Inside of his warehouse, that's pretty bad stuff, as the man he's currently at least towering on top of Deku and above him trying to smash into the suit to take out Deku. As you actually have where Deku, he does have his arms directly up in front of him. The man smashing down on them as Deku does feel a lot of pain in his arms and his shoulders. Now, Deku, he is trying to think, as he's going to do one thing. He does go to tell something, or at least go to at least say a phrase. As the phrase is said, the feet on the suit do start to ignite, and Deku does go start flying backwards and start to move. Now, Deku does talk about how he needs full propulsion, and he immediately gets sent flying backwards at full speed. The man, yeah, he just fell backwards off of Deku, as Deku went charging through at least a building and flying into it. The moment he did, he went actually going to start spinning and smashing into a wall, as he does go to at least try and get out of it and upright. Now, we actually do have where he's on the street, and he's looking around. Shit, this isn't good. Okay, what can I do here? My body hurts. Damn it. This thing doesn't have an autopilot yet. Okay. Don't panic. What can we do? Now, Deku, he actually just go flying in, as he goes smashing directly back into the man, and smashing right back through the wall of his lab. As we actually have where the guy, he did go to steal a few things. The guy with the gun, he just, let's just say, stole 3 or 4 projects that Deku did have. And yeah, this was pretty bad. As Ryoko, she did go to arrive, and she did actually see Deku. Whenever she did hear the commotion and follow the large sound. As Deku, he's just standing there in the suit, going to bring back his hand. And he's going to actually smash downwards into the man's neck. As the gauntlet piece does actually come off of Deku's arm and Deku going to link down onto the guy's neck. As Deku does immediately tell it to send this many volts through the man's body. Now, the guy does get shocked and taken down, as Deku does turn his head and see Ryoko in her dragon form. Her going to rush towards Deku as he's going to actually step backwards and into the attack she just send at him. Now, Deku gets sent flying across the building, as he is smashed into the wall and break the hand that was exposed, or break the arm. As we actually have where he does start to somewhat panic. Him actually going to bring his hand up and pull off the helmet to reveal his face. You idiot! Now, Ryoko, she just stared at Deku, not realizing that that was him. Before, yeah, she feels bad. What? Wait. Oh shit. Now, you do actually wish I was asked Deku where the rest of them are. My head. 3, 2 down. Really? Yes. Now, she's just gonna turn and run back through the giant hole. As Deku, he does at least start to try and take the suit off. As he does so, he does find at least some more wounds. With his broken arm, he does have bruises along his forearm, along with that even some cuts and scrapes along his body. As he also has at least feel blood running down the side of his head. Now, Deku, he does go to try and walk over to the desk and look at what may have been taken. Okay. Let's see. No. Now, Deku, he's immediately enraged, as he does try to think. No. This is bad. This is pretty bad. Now, we actually cut it back over to Ryoko, where she is actually trying to chase down the person who may have taken these items. And she's using the description she did get by Deku. As she does just basically see a man running down the street and get into a car. The guy had a, case that does stand out. And whenever he did get into this car, she did actually go to try and swoop down. The car taking off as somebody was going to lean out the window and start trying to fire shots directly at the hero. Now, the bullets do ricochet and just bounce off of her skin, not doing any damage, as she just starts to give chase. And this is where Deku, he's trying to actually call Mirako and get her to pick up the phone. As we actually have Mirako, who is currently running through the city and trying to get to this place ASAP. Now, we actually have inside the car, where the guy, he's actually trying to open the briefcase and put together at least one of the projects he stole from Deku. As he's putting together what looks to be a firearm. What did you do? You alerted the pros? Hey, don't blame us. That guy was crazy. Why did you guys say he had money? He had money, you idiot. Besides, his projects couldn't have been that... Dude, you don't understand. Those two are captured. Besides. Now, somebody does go to lean out the window with this firearm. Ryoko actually trying to get in close before she actually does see that isn't a regular handgun. As a beam does get sent flying through the air. Now, the beam does actually go directly to hit Ryoko dead in the chest, as it packed enough force to cause a small explosion. Now, Deku, yeah. Whenever he did actually hear something down the road, he did start to at least try and make his way that direction. And heroes, they did shortly arrive soon after. As Mirako, she has arrived as well. Her friend being taken to the hospital, and Deku at least being treated on the spot. And they're not too sure what may be wrong with him. Now, we actually have Mr. Yaoyorozu, who he himself is actually somewhat annoyed. Since his daughter, she acted without his permissions. And apparently the entire situation was caused because of her being kidnapped or abducted. Now, we actually do cut into the hospital, where Rumi and Deku are sitting by Ryoko's hospital bed. And she's sort of, hasn't woken up. Now, Mirako, or Rumi, she's kind of annoyed as to what may have happened to her friend. Since the doctors basically talked about how whatever she was struck with had enough force to knock her down, and how it would have killed an ordinary person. Izuku, what was taken from your workshop? Mirako, Rumi, it's, along with that, are you okay? Oh, those questions there. What happened to my friend? Mirako, the projects that were taken, what happened to your friend was, I'm sorry. Listen, what happened, there's projects that have been locked up. What projects? 4 projects of mine have been taken. Hmm? What? Yeah, they're fairly dangerous. They haven't been modified. Theoretically, they are very dangerous items to have. However, the entire thing about them is different as well. Hmm? What was taken? I had this idea for a gun, and most likely is what she was hit with. The gun, it's, well, not perfect. It's a prototype. And what she was hit with was, in the best way of saying, something that should theoretically turn off somebody's quirk and take them out, or stun them. It's never officially been tested, though. And I think your friend just proves it to how dangerous it could be whenever you crank it up to the max. What? Yeah, the other 3 projects as well, they're fairly dangerous. They didn't get what they tried to take. However, these guys, you need to question them. Get those projects back. Now, Mirako, she actually has someone think for a minute. This guy is only concerned about his projects because of the fact that they can make him money. Those projects, they're dangerous. In the wrong hands, they can kill somebody. Now, Mirako, she does actually see the expression Deku does have on his face, since it's finally changed from that stoic, stone cold expression into an actual one that does show sadness and remorse. Those weapons, they can kill people. If they're used that way, I don't want that blood on my hands, Rumi. Now, Mirako, she actually does get taken aback. The guy she's seen as unfazed and intense is gonna cry? I'm sorry. I didn't expect this. And well, I'm I'm just concerned, okay? I get it. However, your friend, I've somewhat calculated the idea of her waking up. Hmm? From what information I have to go off from the doctors, the chances of your friend are waking up are less than. Well, do you really want to hear this? Don't sugarcoat it. Your friend has a less than 60% chance of waking up. However, physically she'll be alright in a few weeks. The coma, though, I don't think I can fix that. Not unless I scan her brain and monitor it. You can do that? I can do just about anything if I put my mind to it. And your friend tried to save me, even though she broke my arm. She didn't mean to. I know, but still. It's all bad. So, would I be able to, Rumi, would you mind giving me company for some time? Hmm? Why? Well, my lab needs to be repaired, and currently people from the corporation are over there. They're making sure things secured. And right now at my home, I don't really have anyone to go back to, and really, to be fair, I kind of was gonna cook something. Hmm? Cook something. Yeah. So, would you want to join me for dinner? I've just been. My head feels fuzzy because of my concussion. What? My head. I have a concussion and my brain's somewhat swollen. I'd like you to look over me for some time. I mean, I can, but my friend, I understand. I get it. But, well, I need to clear my head as well. But I'll send you my address if you ever want to stop by. Now, Deku, he does go to leave, as Mirako to just sit there with her friend and try to think about everything. It sounds sort of shallow trying to go with Deku. She would leave her friend here in the hospital, but at the same time, those guys are going to try and go after him again. They've done it once before, and they've done it a second time already. This time they hurt her friend, and now it's personal. They'll try and go after him again. Chances are, if he does leave here, they might follow him. Or they might already have his home address if they know where his lab is. Now, with that, she is actually going to apologize to her friend, as she is going to leave and follow Deku back to his house. Now, she actually would join him, and I do believe that would be a good point to leave this one off of. And I do hope you guys enjoyed. Have an amazing day.